Hello everyone, Glenda Mollet here, and I'm in my craft room stamping with you today. We're going to make a card using the Forever Fern bundle and one of the gorgeous gold hoops that I absolutely love. They just add so much to a card and they're so easy to use. So I'm just going to flip you around, put you up on my stand, and we'll get busy. Okay. There we are. Oops. So this is the card that we're going to make today. It uses some of the Forever Greenery designer paper. And I stamped the envelope as well. So there's not much stamping in this because there's a lot of die cutting, and I'm going to show you a cool little trick to add some bling to your vellum as well, and then we're going to add some flowers for every season gems. Okay, so for this card we need a thick Whisper White card base that's 8.5 by 5.5, scored in half and folded. A piece of 5 1/4 by 4 Whisper White for the inside. Soft sea foam is 3.5 by 5. Pretty Peacock is 3 3/8 by 4 5/8, and we're going to cut the circle that we need out of this before we put it on our card. We have a piece of Forever Greenery designer paper that's 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. A piece of Whisper White that's 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 to do our circle. The vellum is 3 1/4 by 5, and a piece of gold foil that's 2 3/4 by 4. Now, I forgot to get my gold hoops out, so I just gotta reach for those while I'm at it. Get one out. Look at those hoops. Are they not just the coolest things ever? They're so fine, and they're not round. They're flat, so they're really easy to use. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to use the Forever Fern bundle, so it's the stamp set and the Forever Flourishing dies. We're also using a layering circle die and the stitch shaped circle die and the Dainty Diamonds embossing folder. So first of all, let's prep all of our pieces before we start doing any assembly. Oops. So I'm going to run the soft sea foam through Max using the Dainty Diamonds embossing folder, and I'm just taking my time to line it up because this has got definite straight lines, so you want to make sure that you get it straight in here or it'll look like the wind is blowing. And this is one of the new style 3D, so you do need your cutting plate number 4, or if you've got the old machine, it's the blue one. And we'll just put that through the machine. Pop it out the other side. Okay. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? And you can use either side. I think I'll use this side on this one. I use the other side on the other one. So that's done. I'm going to put that off to the side. We have to do some die cutting now, so I'll get my plate out. And the Forever Flourishing dies. So we need the big one out of gold, like that. And then out of vellum, we're going to cut 2 of these. So I'll do those first. I just love how our dies come out now. The cardstock just pops right out of it. Come on. Well, they did just pop right out of it. Why did that one have such an issue? It's okay, we won't be seeing that anyways. It's all covered up. And then they have to pop these two pieces out here. Come on. There we are. So that one's ready to go. Put that off to the side. And put the die back where it was. This one, I'm going to use the brush because it's just easy to get it popped out of there when you use the brush. And there's one of those. And we need to cut another one of those. And we need to cut a circle out of here. So it's circle die number 5, counting from the little to big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one. Yeah. That just lets the hoop sit right down on top of it. And then this one we need to do the stitched circle, and we're going to use the second one. There we go. Run that through. Go slowly so you give it a chance to cut the paper. And that's it for die cutting. I'll use the brush again to pop the vellum out. And the reason I do that is that it just helps to pop the... Uh-oh. I done ripped it. It's okay. I'm not panicking. It's still attached in one spot. See, it ripped there. But that's okay, because most of that's covered up anyways. Okay, put the stitch circle away. Put the layering circle away. Put this away. We still need that because that's one of the layers. Okay. I probably should have stamped my sentiment first before I die cut it, but that's okay. And I didn't get my pretty peacock. Oops. Okay. Let's just put some of this stuff away. Sentiment. And I'm not worried about getting it straight because it's a circle. So we can turn that as we need it. Okay. So we need this piece. And this is going to go on that piece. This is the Forever Greenery designer paper. And it's just going to layer right on top here, like that. Now, card base. And this is the one we embossed, and I'm going to use it what I think is upside down, but that doesn't mean it is upside down because it's whatever way you like it, right? Most of the embossing folders are nice that way. There are some that you can't use the other side for obvious reasons. There, now that just goes on there crooked like that. And then this one, I'm just going to put the adhesive in the center of this one because I don't want the adhesive to be past the edge of this piece because I don't want it to have a bow in it. Well, then this goes on here like this. Sort of. Whatever way looks good to you. There we go. Okay. Now, I'm going to take my hoop and I'm going to put some little tiny dots of Tombow on. Oops. Well, that doesn't work. Come on. Of course it glooped out and now it's not working. There it goes. And I'm just putting them right on the edge of the hoop. Now you can use glue dots if you want. Need my scissors to hold it still. Or you can use the Tombow and just let it dry because then it becomes glue dots. So I'm just going to move this out of the way so I don't get glue everywhere. Okay, so first thing to go on is this. And I'll put some Tombow on there. I don't want to glue everything down, I just want to glue the center down because I want it to be kind of free-floating. Oh, and I forgot to trim off the... Where did I put my scissors? There they are. I forgot to trim this off. I always trim the stems off if I'm not using them, as, like if I'm hiding them underneath something, because then you don't have to worry about them poking out. Okay, so this card is confusing to put together because it's all crooked. So this is going to go on here like that. Okay, now I'm going to show you, remember I said I have a little trick for you for the vellum? Well, it's very subtle and you're not going to see it when I show it on my card, but there's Wink of Stella on the vellum. And I was really wondering whether this was going to work, but it does. So I'm just putting a Wink of Stella on the ends. I'm doing it before I put the card together. The one that is my mother card, as people call it, I did it afterwards. So it works both ways. Yeah, this is so pretty. It's almost like you have glittery vellum. Well, it is like you have glittery vellum. There. Now it does take a little bit extra to dry, so just be aware of that. Okay. Now I'm going to get my glue dots. And put a couple of... I tied my string too tight. It's not rolling properly. Okay, I'm going to put a couple of glue dots on this. One right on the end. One up a little further. And the same thing on the other one. Bring this back in, and we'll put one going up there. And we'll put one hiding out over here. Can you see the bling in that? Can you just, I'll just try and, I don't know whether you can see that or not, but oh my gosh, it's amazing. Okay, so this is going to have dimensionals on it. This one is just going to have adhesive on it because it's going to go down to the flat on the card. If I can get the adhesive to work. There we go. All right, so now that's going to go here. Oops. Make sure my card is straight. Oh, I wish you could see that bling. It is truly amazing. Right, and then this one, the liners off of the dimensionals. That one's not coming off. Must have been on there backwards. Holy man. Let's see if I can get it off with my pokey tool. Yeah, if the dimensional lids come off and go back on upside down, they're hard to get off because they're not the same type of material on the back that they are on the top. Yeah, one's not coming off. But you know what? It's okay. I don't want to rip it. Okay, now get my card straight so that my sentiment can be straight. We're just going to put it right there, like that. Now my hoop. And it's just going to sit right down there, just like that. Isn't that gorgeous? I love this card. Love, love, love. Okay, we're going to use, where did I put them? Here they are. We're going to use some of the Flowers for Every Season embellishments. These are gems, but they're not adhesive backed, so we have to put dots where we want them. So just little tiny dots. Put one there. Put one here. Put one there. And we'll put one here. Now, I'm using my putty end to my Take Your Pick tool. Pick these up. Oops. Of course it's upside down. And we just put them on there like that. And get a green one for over here. Uh-oh. Apparently that one didn't want to let go. Clear one down there. Oh, I just stuck my finger right there. And one more right there. The lid back on my putty. Put the lid back on these. For those of you that are doing this virtually, you'll have a little baggie with some of these in there, so don't lose it. So there's the card front. That didn't take too long to do. I'm always amazed when it comes time to do these cards, how quickly they come together, because when I create them, of course, sometimes it takes hours. Okay, hitting my dirty paper because we're going to stamp the inside now. So stamp from this, and if you don't have Forever Fern stamp set, it doesn't matter. Use what you have. I love this stamp. It's so pretty. Look at that. Okay, let's do the envelope. And I'm going to put this is soft seafoam around the outside. And I'm sure if you wanted, you could use the Pear Pizzazz. I didn't want it to be that dark though. Or you can sponge. There we go. Get some adhesive on this. They tell me that when you do this, you're supposed to flick your wrist up and it won't go away. But it never works for me, so I just kind of do a little check. Okay, and we'll put this in here. There we are. There's our Forever Fern cards done. I wish you could see the bling on this. I just opened a new pen and it's got lots of bling on there. So, there we go. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being part of my club. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Stampin' Smiles, and bye for now.